Hey guys, this is Coding with Ejay in your PJs, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you what are switch statements and how they work. So imagine you are coding a game and you want to have a certain amount of characters, like 3 for example. You want an ID for each character. So I created this integer called character ID, and down here I have the script. The simple script where if you hit 1, 2, or 3, it'll set character ID to 1, 2, or 3. And then down here I have an if statement, 2 else if statements, and an else statement. Basically, if character ID equals 1, I'll get a message saying you have chosen Bob. If character ID equals 2, I'll get a message saying you have chosen Rick, and the same thing for Dee Dee. And then if character ID equals any other number, then it'll say invalid character. Now imagine you are working on the game and you want to add 50 characters, for example. That means you're going to have to add 48, 49 else if statements, which would look very messy. So what you can do instead is what's called a switch statement. And a switch statement is a much simpler and faster way to check if a variable, whether it's an integer, float, or string, equals a certain value. So let me show you how it works. Let me just comment out this code right here. So you would start by typing in switch, and then in parentheses put in the variable that you want to check if it equals a certain value. So in this case it would be character ID, and then we'll add the 2 brackets, and then inside the brackets you want to put in case, and then the next thing you put will be a number that you want character ID to check if it equals. So if I want to check if character ID equals 1, I would do case 1, put in a colon, and then the next line will run if character ID equals 1. So if character ID equals 1, then I want it to send me the message that you have chosen Bob. And then to stop this case, you need to type in break and then put in a semicolon. And now if you want character ID to check in another number, you just do the same thing. So you type in case 2, because I want to check if character ID equals 2. And then I'll put in what it does, and then break. And then I just do the same thing for 3. So case 3, and I want it to send me this message if character ID equals 3. Then I put in break. Now you might be wondering, how do we do this part where it's else but not else if? What you need to do is type in default and then put in a colon, and then that's pretty much what the else statement up here is doing. So you type in default colon, and then you put in whatever line you want to run if character ID doesn't equal any of these numbers. So default colon debug.log invalid character, and then I'll put in break. Boom, just like that. So just to show you that it's working, let's head into Unity, wait for it to save. And my script switch statements, I dragged it to main camera. Here's my integer character ID, so I'm gonna run the game. And yeah, it should say invalid character because right now that character ID is set to 0, but when I set it to 1, it'll say you have chosen Bob. When I set it to 2, you have chosen Rick. And when I set it to 3, you have chosen Dee Dee. And if I set it to any other number like 5, we'll go to the console, and as you can see, it is just running invalid character. You can use switch statements with strings as well. So let me show you that real quick. So I'm going to create a variable up here. I'm going to call it public string name.
Nice.
And I'll just leave it blank for now. And then I'm going to create a case down here, or switch, excuse me. I'm going to create a switch statement down here, so switch, and then I want to check if name equals a certain value, so I'll put in name, and then I'll add the brackets. Oh, this is inside our current switch statement. That shouldn't happen. Put it outside, right there, there we go. So now we'll do case, and then if you want to check if it equals a certain string, you would put it in quotation marks. So quotation marks, let's just say Seth, for example. So case Seth colon, and then what do you want it to do if name equals Seth? So I'll do debug.log you chose Seth, and then put break. And just to show you that this works, let's head back into Unity. wait for it to save, press play. Right now, character ID is set to invalid character. If I put in the name Seth, boom, and then it pops up, you chose Seth. So that's how you use switch statements and how they work. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.